was about, but okay, we're good. We're live, so good. All right, so I don't know what that was about. Apparently, we had technical difficulties, so yeah, we apologize for that. Hope you had a chance to enjoy the 30 seconds of the music that you probably heard. We're live. Yeah. Welcome to the school. Q, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yes. Welcome. For those of you that are new around here, sorry about the intro. we usually have it better together than this. Those of you who are here all the time, you know how we roll. So we are, as always, a very interactive show. As you can tell, we would like for you very much to hit that share button and let everybody know where you are right now, where you gonna be. Because let me tell you, if you click off and come back, you're gonna miss something. That's what our agenda looks like on this evening. Okay, so get comfortable, hit that share, and come back. Okay, and when you get back, drop where you tuning in from in the comment section, because we always like to know what that reach looks like. Okay, what that reach do on a weekly basis. So please be sure and do that. Aside from that, kick back, relax, and enjoy this amazing conversation that we have in store for you. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, follow our social media, please and thank you. If you would, please follow us on YouTube at The Scoop Show. Follow us on Facebook at Real Scoop Show. And follow us on IG at Scoop Radio Show. See, that's that reach I was just mentioning, okay? That reach I was talking about. So make sure you are liking, sharing, all that good stuff on all the platforms that you frequent. What's going on, sis? Long time no see ya.
I know. It's been a long 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah. Long 2 weeks.
Has it been 3 weeks? No, it's been 2 weeks, Win. It's been 2.
I don't know.
I'm doing okay. It's been a horrific busy Tuesday, like always, but still my favorite day of the week. A little bittersweet. I don't know if I'm gonna take it. Is it my time now? Or we go?
If I have Win how he doing, it's gonna be a wrap after this. You might well go get it.
This is my hello and my see you soon speech. So, as many of you know, I have partnered with one of my closest friends, and we have bought into and basically started a co-op with a Black-owned branded gas station in Oklahoma City, and in the works of opening a dispensary on top of having a clothing line and the Scoop and a full-time job. I still work. So, I had to prioritize and evaluate my life and situation, and my co-host so graciously understood that I would have to take a sabbatical, little hiatus, and try to give my life in the best way that Oprah. I'm going for the Oprah money, so y'all, it is what it is. So
yes,
I ain't got to Oprah money yet, so I can't, keep everything going like it is without having to take some stuff off my plate. And unfortunately, the Scoop is one of the things I got to scoop off. So I enjoy my time with the Scoop. I can't wait to come back. I want y'all to keep watching. Y'all keep them hot topics lit.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure y'all stay tuned. When I come back, we're gonna be national. That's all I'm saying. We already national, but we're gonna go on and get that 6-figure viewing. So
yeah,
work on. And I am going to say Tuesday for the last time for a few months. But I will still be tuning in when I can. So if you happen to live in Oklahoma City and you stop by Bob's gas station, you may hear the Scoop on a Tuesday being played in the background. So I'm there in the evenings. So if you just want to hear my voice and see my bright, shiny face, I will be at Bob's gas station on evenings until closing usually. So yeah, we wanted to make sure that we let you all know. I do consider y'all family. Every listener, everybody that's watched, everybody that supports us. Of course, these two will still be in communication.
Every day.
You know, they barely talk to me now, so yeah.
Every day.
We'll still be in there fighting to get our quality time in.
Yes. It's been rough.
Yeah. Keep the light on for me.
How she gonna? I tell us how she gonna dope for real?
Right. Yeah. I mean, who knew? Who knew trying to do all that was gonna take time?
Yeah.
Y'all don't know. We literally wake up and most nights go to bed talking to each other. And ever since Kels like started conquering the world, me and Wynn have been talking to each other. And then Kels comes in like at the end of the day, maybe at lunch and catches up. It lasts for 10 minutes. We ask questions and she disappears and she answers them tomorrow. Like we don't like this. How do you be supportive of somebody leveling up and then selfish at the fact that you don't get your friend right now? Like this is
right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all know I'll work myself into the ground. So, you know,
this was the right move.
Yeah, for sure.
The right move. And you know, privately, I've already said what I needed to say, and so I want to say, this isn't about the show. This isn't just about the show for us. So you are family.
Yep.
You know, like I said in private, you ain't gonna see me, but we there. So, and I am proud of you. I am proud of you. So.
Thank you.
All right.
Q, and she'll be back. You coming back? Like
right.
I'll be back.
Yes.
So we gotta do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And we have you have our full support.
Absolutely.
Full. Always.
I know it.
Forever. No lip sync. And you know that's a lot.
I know it's love. Cute and hit a bar, hit a note.
Real life note.
I'm not real quick on the
So yep. So again, we're proud of you. We're happy for you. And I think, listen, I'm gonna say this too. This is the way for those who are in business. This is the way you transition.
Mm-hmm.
You transition. We came in this together, and all along the way we have been together. So when she said she bought this gas station, we knew this was coming.
Mm-hmm.
We knew this was coming. But still, you know. So I appreciate you for even trying to hang on as long as you could. But I mean, our first conversation. So when are you taking off? What's your rest? What's good? Because we want better for you. So yeah, this is what it is. So Kels is going on sabbatical. We don't, you know. We'll see what happens in the future. But again, as she, you know.
Thank you. I see Latasha, Keisha, Candace, Dre. Thank y'all.
Yeah. I don't know if I put this on there. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Yes, we are actually family. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
No bad blood. I'll be back.
Absolutely.
I'll be in the background. Y'all may catch me still may be on the show or two, you know.
Get a week, get some time off.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we just wanted you all to know what was going on. We wanted to make sure everybody. So yes. So.
Bye guys.
All right, Kels.
Bye you.
I'll be listening.
All right.
I love y'all too. Y'all have a good night and a great show. I'll be listening.
Definitely. All right. So this is Black History Month. Y'all hit that share button, by the way. This is Black History Month. So y'all, of course, we've got Black History Facts. And then, but before we do that real quick, no, we'll do that after Black History Facts. So we got Black History Facts, Tamika. We've got she's about to drop some straight knowledge on us. So y'all well know our favorite historian, librarian, all of that, Ian Tamika B. Lewis, who again is going to teach us. So as she's doing that, of course, please put your questions and comments for her in there, and we're gonna get this. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, for those who don't know, Jamaica B. Lewis, historian and librarian, who's giving us Black History facts. What's up, sis? How you doing?
Hey y'all, why does my face look so big? Hold on, let me back it up. There we go.
Close. Yeah.
I know.
Give us all the goodness today, huh? Okay.
Oh my gosh, my dog. Max, get down. Yo.
Hey, Max. Hey, Max.
Don't entertain him because now he's looking like who's saying my name. Yeah.
All right, so what we got? Take it away.
Woo. All right. So it is Black History Month. Again, thank y'all for having me back. As we know, every Black History Month, there are a new crop of so-called facts that come up on the internet. So tonight, I will be discussing 3 or 4 that have made their way to my inbox, into my circle. And quite a few people have inboxed me these things and asked me to verify them. And so I'm going to do that first. And then I have a little soapbox moment that I want to make an appeal to everybody who's watching. So let's get through these quote unquote facts first, and then I'll make my appeal. All right. First up, I have gotten this in my inbox probably 10, 12 times. I'll read the text. It says, cracker was a slang term for whip. That's why blacks call whites crackers, from the crack of the whip. A cracker barrel is a barrel that held the whips for sale at the country store. You see the whip going from the R to the K? Racism in your face. So it is the name origin of the Cracker Barrel store. Is it racist? I hate to be the bearer of bad news for some, but it is not. Let's take this thing kind of line by line. First, cracker was a slang term for whip. That's kind of inconclusive. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. That's why blacks call whites crackers, from the crack of the whip. That is kind of a mixed fact. So the term cracker, the slur cracker as a slur for white people, actually started in like the 1500s. And it was used to describe poor white people. It didn't really make its way into like black vernacular until much later. And so that's why I say this one is kind of a mixed bag of yeah, but no. So as far as Cracker Barrel, was a Cracker Barrel the barrel that held the whips for sale at the country store? No. A Cracker Barrel was actually a barrel that held crackers, like soda crackers and just crackers. And so that's where that name origin came from. And an interesting fact about a Cracker Barrel, so usually every town had a store that sold different goods. And almost all these stores had Cracker Barrels at the store. So a Cracker Barrel back then was kind of like our modern day water cooler. That's where people would meet and stand around a Cracker Barrel and talk and just kind of, gossip and all that. So that's why I say this one is such a mixed bag, because there's so much information like coming on at once, and then it's kind of a mixture of true and false. But was the name origin racist? No. Is that a whip from the barrel to the K and the R? No. That is just the logo. So no, that one's a no. And next, so the next ones were shared from, so people sent me this from one person, shared the next 3. And so I'm actually going to address that after I get done with debunking these. So This one says today's Black fact. In the early 1400s, Queen Elizabeth visited West Africa. Overwhelmed with the number of Black people, she referred to it as the nigger area, which is now Nigeria. This is wrong and not true. So, the name for the country Nigeria did not originate until the late 1800s, early 1900s. It had absolutely nothing to do with any queen, no Queen Elizabeth, no Queen Mary, no Queen anybody. Um, the name Nigeria and the neighboring country of Niger, they both have the name from the Niger River that flows through those countries. And so the name Nigeria has nothing to do with the N word or the N word area. That is blatantly and completely false. And next. Oh, my favorite. Okay. I'm going to read the text. Today's Black fact. When we would prepare the greens for the slave master, they enjoyed the colored greens. And over time, the term became collard greens. Hashtag truth. Hashtag false. That is not where the origin of the term collard greens came from. The origin of the term collard came from the word colewort, and that was a word ascribed to specific vegetables, all in the same family. So, in the colewort family of vegetables, there's kale, there's broccoli, cauliflower, the different kinds of greens, so collards, turnip, mustard, all that. So, the term colewort how it evolved into collard, it just became an evolution to talk about a specific kind of green. So it had nothing to do with them being the colored greens. Absolutely nothing at all. And I verified this. This was verified on my personal Facebook because I posted it and I was just really taken aback at the fact that this has traveled so far. And then one of my Facebook friends, my frat brother, a friend of mine from Langston, Dr. Keith King, who studied plant genetics, was like, this is a fact. Like, you're right. This has nothing to do with being called colored greens. So, unfortunately, this person is not telling the truth about collards. And last but not least, okay, let me start by saying I edited out the names of people who liked this to protect their, I don't know, to protect their privacy. We'll just say it that way. Excuse me. So this one says, today's Black fact. Slaves are not allowed to laugh in public, so barrels were placed on streets for the placing of the head in the barrel. This is why we say a barrel of laughs. Hashtag truth. Hashtag not true. So the phrase a barrel of laughs didn't actually really come into being until like 1895 or so. And it was made popular in the 1920s. And it actually was derived from the phrase a barrel of fun. As I was researching this, I came across some really kind of interesting anecdotes from elders who said, well, we were told growing up that barrels were placed in the church so that people could shout into the barrel and not disturb a church service. And I was just like, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to turn down the volume in church. But again, I only read that once, so that part of it is inconclusive for me. I have no shame in saying I'm sorry I haven't verified that part yet. But as far as there being barrels lining the streets for slaves to laugh in, that's not really true. And that's not where the phrase a barrel of laughs came from. Yeah. So that is not really true. And so I want to get on my soapbox for just a moment. Every year, that Black history rolls around, I find the internet to be a gift and a curse. A gift because we can share out so much amazing information. There's such a wide reach with the internet. I call it a curse because just as easily as we can share accurate information, people can share inaccurate information. I've found that the more quote unquote shocking the so-called facts are, the wider they spread. I just want to encourage everyone, before you press post, before you click send, before you share, take 2 seconds to Google what it is you're looking for. Now, I have my issues with Google. I have my issues with all search engines because the algorithms can be really, really messed up. But for all of these facts that I talked about tonight, I did a very simple kind of 3-second Google search that refuted all four of them. And so it really frustrates me as a historian, as a Black librarian, as someone who works in an institution that works so hard to acquire and protect and preserve and gatekeep and share out accurate stories. It's really frustrating that our work seems to be undermined by people who just want to be seen as cool, or who just want to be seen as woke or knowledgeable. When people do this, when you share things that are false without looking them up, and when you are afraid to call people out on being wrong, you are undermining the work of hundreds of historians, hundreds of staff, hundreds of librarians who we've dedicated our lives to doing this work. And so with every false Black history story that comes out, that makes our job 20 times harder because we have to go through and refute all of this stuff. So I say all of that to say, here's quick tips to know if something you came across is true or not. Number one, if it is just text on a picture and there's no citation, there's no photo credit, there's no article link, none of that, more than likely it's not true. Number two, if you ask the person who posted it, to cite their sources and they say no, or they're hesitant, or their source comes from like an opinion blog or something to the extreme left or the extreme right, it's likely not true. I always recommend people trust websites that end in .org, .edu, things like that, because those tend to be educational and verified resources. And lastly, if you don't know, ask a professional. I mean, this is what I do every day. This is what I get paid to do. This is why, I'm here on The Scoop, and it is to refute this kind of information, but it's also to share the accurate information. I want us all to be knowledgeable. I want us all to be powerful. And a powerful people become powerful by knowing their history. And they become powerful by knowing and sharing accurate history. I don't know it all. And I will not stand before you and say that I do. But I am a trained researcher. I'm a trained professional. I've dedicated my life to learning from absolutely incredible Black historians and Black librarians. And I want to make sure that if we're arming our people with knowledge, that the knowledge is correct. I mean, there's no better ode to our ancestors than us sharing accurate information about them and the things that they've gone through. So that ends my soapbox moment. Are there any questions? Sorry if I rambled, but I'm so just passionate about this, and I want us to do better. I really do.
I don't have any questions in the comments, but I definitely understand. That's how I feel when when people start talking about, when people ask that one question, I'm like,
about Willie Lynch?
No, not Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch. I was like, please, Lord, please, can we not?
When I get Christianity as the white man's religion, I'm like,
Oh, that one. I did a segment on that last year. Remember?
I know, but I just every time I hear it, I'm like, another year of this foolishness. Here we go. So, well, I get it. I absolutely understand it. So we're gonna do better. That's why we're gonna keep talking about this stuff. So we're gonna level us up. So we appreciate you.
I'm trying, and thank y'all for having me on. I won't soapbox again for a while unless I see somebody in the scoop sharing some foolishness, and then I'm going off again.
All right. We'll see you next week, y'all. This is again because this is Black History Month. We do this every month, but during Black History Month, we want to do it every week because again, Black history is our history, and so we want to make sure we celebrate it. We want to make sure we shout it from the mountaintops that listen. That first of all, our history didn't start in 1619, A and B. We are a great people and always have been a great people. So thank you, Jerika, for your work. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And like I said, I have to shout out all of the Black librarians, all of the staff who work at these institutions. I mean, doing this work is not easy. It takes hundreds and thousands of staff to do this. And so just keep us in mind and remember that, we celebrate this history all year round, and we work really, really hard all year round to make sure that we have this knowledge available. So quit undercutting us and utilize us, please. Absolutely. That's why we're here.
Absolutely. All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Love you. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Love y'all too.
Love you. See
you. All right. That's good stuff as always.
Yep. So I saw that Cracker Barrel one and I knew. I said, boy.
We saw the Cracker Barrel one.
Yes.
Now, mine was the collard greens. I saw collard greens. I was like, this ain't gonna be pretty at all.
See, I don't follow that person though, so I didn't see that one until it made it back to her page. But that Cracker Barrel one I had seen all day, and I thought, oh my god, when Jerika get off this?
All I've seen all day was Gorilla Glue, so I ain't. That's been all day of Gorilla Glue, but we'll talk about that later. So. Okay. All right, so tonight we have joining us. We have a special co-host. Y'all know we've been tag teaming co-hosts the last couple of weeks. So we have another co-host this week. She's been with us before. She is the owner and founder of Renew Her and Shanita Inc. So none other than Miss Shanita Hurt will be joining us tonight, sitting in with us for the rest of the show. What's going on, Miss Shanita?
Hi, girl.
Hey, hello.
Welcome to the show. So real quick, we can hear you.
Okay.
It's a little delay, but we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So you get to sit in tonight for the rest of the show. You ready for these hot topics?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Listen. So y'all hit the share. If you haven't already hit the share button, please hit the share button. Hit your comments. We want your comments.
Yes, please.
Here we go. Where's this first one at?
Lord have mercy in this phone.
That's the part. I can't see real good, so I'm like this.
Mm-hmm.
So if I put the wrong one up, it's just the wrong one. We just gonna go. All right. So okay, yeah, this ain't the right one, but that's fine. Here we go. First hot topic. Ciara been shaking her assets freely, and her husband is tweeting about God and openly loving her. Ladies, do what you want. Your soulmate is gonna love you for that LOL. Right? Men and women need to stop trying to put people in a box and just find someone who falls in line with what they want. You want a woman who doesn't twerk? Find someone who doesn't like twerking. Don't court someone who likes to twerk, then tell them not to twerk. Makes no sense. All right. Shanita, we're going to let you go first since you're a guest. What's your thoughts?
Are you letting me go first because I'm a guest, or because we're talking about twerking? I'm just want to clear it up. I just want to make sure.
Just answer the question. Plead the fifth. I'm going to plead the fifth.
So you know what? Absolutely. I absolutely agree that you should let, as an adult be an adult. And if they find interest or liking in twerking, For women, if that's her thing, smoking weed. For men, if that's his thing, if that's what they do, and that particular action is a turn off for you, then stay away from it. Don't fall in love with part of them and expect to put your opinion on the things that they enjoy doing and want them to change. We can't control anyone. Heck, half of us can barely control ourselves. So how we gonna try and take control of other people? I think that if you have a problem with your woman twerking, then obviously she's not the one for you. And in that case, and enjoy the view, but keep it moving.
Right.
Yep.
Cute.
Honey, agree. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like you know how I feel about this. I'm team compatibility, and this is perfect. Like I've always felt this, and I think this is one of the reasons why I dig Sierra and Russell so much. She did not have to change who she is. If anything, she just got better at being the light and bright person that we saw off screen. You know what I mean? Like I agree. And I think that happens in regular people's lives as well. You know what I mean? People get, when you're being loved well and you're being loved as is and made to feel like you can show up how you wake up. Yeah, that's when you're with that person. And I'm completely in agreement with the poster,
Yep.
Go for what you know, what you need.
No disagreement here. I'm gonna say what I said on the other post that was similar to this. So there was the post talking about the guy who broke up with the girl because he asked her not to do the busted challenge and she did it anyway. I would say the same thing to this as I said to that one, and that is that neither of them is, if that's not, like you said, if that's not what he wants, that's fine. However, I think that he needs to own that he might have just missed the blessing. Because
he did.
He missed the blessing from the Lord. Listen, the Bible says that the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow to it. I don't know how your woman twerking for you adds any sorrow to your life, sir. Sir, if she can pray and and twerk,
come on,
and twerk and pray,
yes, sir.
What is the problem?
See, now you are right, and I agree, and I find this absolutely flipping hilarious, especially coming from you. I think it's hilarious, but I think that you make a distinction with this because this particular issue is more about not the twerking or the busted challenge. It's what people get to see. You know what I mean? Because I think we were challenged a little bit about that on the post even. And people don't generally like it being shared with other people for them to see. And while on one hand, I understand that, okay, cool. But on the other hand, I think to myself, I guess because of the world that we're in right now, and I've just kind of adjusted to that, I think to myself, if you can't reach out and touch this person, if you're not going to see this person, why are we affecting our real lives for something that's not going to be attainable in real life? I don't know if it's to that. It makes me wonder, is it really because other people can see it? Because if it's other people that you'll never be able to interact with, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just seems like this gets blown way out of proportion for strangers when it's something like this. But again, I recognize and fully own the fact that my mindset has changed a lot as far as what is considered private and what's considered private with filter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get what they're saying. I get that as a man, you don't want everybody looking at. I get, even in my situation, like, that's not something that you expect somebody who is with me to do, right, yeah. Yada yada. But at the same time, these are the same people who are like coming to me talking about some pastor. She don't want to give me none. She, like, again, you married a missionary, sir. So
enjoy that.
Go pray.
Enjoy that.
That's what y'all want. So, go do your missionary.
Yeah. Missionary. Well,
so and again, I know that's an extreme, but still.
And if I can just add, just a little twist to that, I think that, there could possibly be more to that than what, was mentioned, because if a man would leave his woman because she did the busted challenge, to me, it sounds as if that, as if there is more to it than that. Maybe they've had issues in the relationship, where he's previously asked her, not to do something, or he's requested certain things within the relationship to happen or not to happen. And she was a very strong will, you can control me type person. And it sounds like this could have been the straw that broke the camel's back, to, so to speak. But I think if a man would leave his wife, especially over a busted challenge, definitely there was more issues going on than just the public seeing his wife busted.
Possible.
Busted.
Yeah,
Busted.
that's very possible.
Busted. Busted.
Like
Busted.
Andy said, it's not fair. Let the other person to be themselves. Our folks know what others will say, and I agree. But again, I say that also understanding the other side. I understand the other side of being in positions where people, and whether it's in business or whether it's a ministry, where people look at your spouse and they're like, hey, I've been in places where it's like, your wife wearing that? Yeah, so, and it affected, and it really does in some spaces, like affect your money. So you just have to become, but ultimately for me, you have to be comfortable with yourself to say, listen, this is who the person I'm with is, and I love them for who they are, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. This is who I married, with, she does busted challenges. Amen. If that means I don't get invited to your event, you have to be okay with that. So
yeah,
comes back to compatibility.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Let's see. Oh, this is supposed to be the first one. Okay, so here it is.
Oh Lord.
And I ain't liking no pictures if I got a girl. The concept's really simple. He also says, so you can't find other people attractive? Yes, I can. Do I have to act on it? No. And somebody says, and that right there is real stuff. Sis, Q.
I think this was a bit extreme. I don't see any issue with liking a picture. I can understand why some people do, but I do and I don't. Still, it's just hard for me to get with the whole I can't like someone's picture of the opposite sex if I'm with someone else. We had a really good conversation on the thread about the difference in loving a photo versus liking a photo, or loving a comment versus liking a comment, and how it can be perceived differently and all of that. And I have seen that go left. So yes, I can say that there's some validity to that. However, making it your constitution to just not like anybody else of the opposite sex's photo while you're in a relationship with someone seems a bit excessive and very time consuming to your social media experience. So I don't think it's real-ish. I don't think it's something that you super applaud someone for. To me, it really says, I don't know how much self-control I may or may not have if I receive attention back from this. So I'm just not going to do it. Because that acting on it, a like is not acting on an attraction to someone. And actually liking a photo doesn't mean I'm attracted romantically to this person. I can enjoy a photo without feeling like I want to run off into the sunset with this person. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of assumptions being made by a like. And you're also assuming a lot that everyone is going to assume that you're interested and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, we think a lot of ourselves when it comes to our place in people's lives, when it's some simple like that is the button. Like it is a button on everything that gets posted. There's a like button. That is how you interact on the platform. So
yeah,
this gives me old boys vibe that won't be in a room with a woman without another woman present, that type of thing. Like you won't be alone in a like room. What are you doing? I can't be seen liking another woman's photo. Like, what?
Yeah. Shanita?
Well, you know what? While I agree, I definitely want to add to that. I think that it really depends on the picture. So if she's, half naked in bikini and bra, and she's not on the beach, she's laying across her bed with her legs folded behind her with an angle that reveals every hip and every dip and every tip, every nip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I want Bay liking on that. obviously you see it because she's a friend,
Right.
she's a friend. You guys follow one another. And to see it is one thing, but if I happen to, do the side eye glance and bruh doing one of these because he want to just is that what the then we gonna have to excuse me,
Right.
you got all this over here. You looking at that? This is a problem. But no, but seriously, I think that I'm okay with him. I don't see a problem with a man liking the picture. I think that he should use wisdom with what pictures he's liking. He has female friends, depending on what type of brother he's with. I mean, that she is and the woman is with, the friends were probably there long before she came along. And if he's, not treating her right, they'll be around long after, she's gone. But I think that for peace in your marriage, and again, it just depends on the couple and the type of problems, if any, they have had in their relationship. If there's already been signs of infidelity or there's some type of lack of trust, I don't think that it's wise for a man to go around liking pictures of half-naked women. If she's fully dressed, nothing showing, to a degree, because it's get hot outside.
Like that, that's fine. But if sister girl naked, baby, you can't be loving on no naked picture. And if you do this time, every time she posts one, I don't know if that's smart.
So, okay.
Agree.
I don't. Here is where I think that we have to be careful. So, do I have a problem with it? No. If my woman was liking, first of all, I wouldn't know unless I was looking,
Right.
and which I'm not. So, but if I think the problem for me would be kind of, if it was like, there's a difference between like liking pictures and gawking and kind of like what Shanita was saying. I think I would probably be like, I would see. I don't mind that, like in the privacy of your own discussion. Again, I don't think that once you get in a relationship with somebody, you all of a sudden lose the ability to find another person attractive, or even have that moment of, because if Taraji posts the right picture, I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna look at it. I'm looking and so, but I'm not like, ooh. So I think there's like some lines that you gotta have. And again, you can look at it, but I think that where it gets bad is when you know that it's already an issue in your marriage or your relationship, when you know that the other person already, like the other thing that I usually experience, not me personally, but experience in terms of hearing from other people, is when the person that they're liking or the persons that they're liking and stuff has absolutely no comparison to like them. You know what I mean? So like if you are a thin woman and everything this person likes is BBWs, now all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, there's some questions about that. So I think that's where it's a problem. And no, and Idris isn't like, and same thing. If it's a celebrity, usually it's not a problem. But if it's the girl next door, then that's the problem. So I think proximity does play a part of it too. But ultimately, for me, it exposes kind of like where you are, like where is your mindset, where is your security? Because to me, again, if we're secure, even if you like the dude next door picture, I mean, you're not going nowhere. So cool, do what you do. But at the same time, if every time he posts a picture with no shirt on, you out here liking all his pictures, I'm like, we need to talk about something. Or, what's the conversation that needs to be had about that? So, I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of both of you. So.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you bring up proximity because, again, I mean, you use Taraji. That's a little far-fetched, but we'll just use you as an example. Let's use you as an example of being a pastor. If every Sunday you having an altar call and Katina get up every Sunday because she needs you to lay hands, and then by Tuesday the laying hands have worn off and now she's on her bed again posing and you double tapping, that's a little different. You wouldn't do that?
Absolutely not. I'm not tapping nut. If you in my church, I'm not tapping. Absolutely not. I don't even want to be Petite, whatever her name is, friends on social media. Unfollow. Unfollow. I see you on Sunday, sis. You doing too much. I'm about to mess up my offering.
See, discernment, discretion.
But to your point, to your point, I will also say this, and I tell all of our pastors' friends this: don't like stuff. Don't like women's pictures on social media. Married, unmarried, don't like it. Like unless it's like she's fully clothed, business attire, don't do that. Because we're scrutinized completely different. And if something is form fitting, then we lust. And it's like it's just form fitting. Like, dang. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I tell all my past friends, just keep scrolling, player. Don't even post your message and get off of there.
Yeah, scroll on, player.
Scroll. Mm-hmm. All right. This is an interesting one. Good evening. I went on a date. We meet for the first time at a restaurant. Had a great conversation, great atmosphere, great food. After dinner, he walked to my car. We hugged. I got in my car. He got in his car and he pulled off and left before making sure I left the parking lot. Okay. Never called to see if I made it home safely. Ladies, would you give him a second date? Shanita.
Ooh, dang! I want to see what Q had to say. Okay. So, see. Ooh. Honestly speaking, it depends on what time of the month it is.
Okay,
it really does.
Elaborate.
Because if he catches me at the wrong time, that's it. It's a wrap. Because I will read into that. And if you start off not ensuring my safety, we have a problem. Mm-hmm. But if I really enjoyed the date and I knew he was rushing off because he had to go to work because he works the third shift, I would definitely make mention of it when we talk again. And I would, let him know that better not ever happen again. This is where our date went downhill. And I would give him an opportunity to redeem himself if I enjoyed the date. But if, the entire time it was just like, I wonder what my kids at home doing. Did they eat yet? Oh my God, did anybody walk the dog? Oh man, I need to get my hair done tomorrow. My toes are, then it's just like, I'll just let him be.
Okay. In that case, even if he did pull off, you ain't giving him a second date if you're doing all of that.
He ain't got no attention. None.
He's doing all of this on the date. He's done. He's done.
He's your seat filler for the night. Is what he is.
Enjoy the meal and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Q.
Yeah, I wouldn't end it for this. We could have a second date. I think these types of things are established after you establish more relationship with the person. If you're just had a good time, enjoyed yourself, all that, and the date was good and you going about your business, I don't think that I would take it as, oh, he's not a good fit for me. Y'all still meeting at restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't even allowed him to come to your home to bring you to a place yet. So to assume that he's supposed to care enough to do an additional check-in tonight to make sure you made it safely is just asking a lot, in my opinion. I think if you were raised that way, if you were raised to say after you leave a woman's presence and she's going away from you, you call and make sure she made it home, then that's what you're going to do regardless if you care or not. But the whole point of doing that is to show genuine care. Don't just do it because you're checking off the final things of the night. Okay, paid the dinner, dropped her off, kiss on the cheek, boom, check to make it home, done. Like, no, like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is checking off of a list. So it doesn't mean the same as if after a while we've been dating. You know what I mean? I don't like to drive at night by myself. I don't see well at night. You know what I mean? It was raining at night. By this time, these things about me. We've had some more intimate dealings with each other. Hey, babe, did you make it safe? I know there was I saw some construction on the way. Just want to make sure you made it. I know that was out the way. Those types of things win points with me more so than checking boxes. So if I had a great time, like how she said, I'm not gonna kill the second date because you didn't call and check on me. Because trust me, my mama, my brother, Win and Kels knew I went on a date tonight, so they didn't check to make sure I made it to the house. People who know and care for me know that I was out late driving at night, and I need somebody to make sure the girl made it back to the house. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this one didn't irk me that bad. It wasn't a red flag for me.
But Q, we have to admit, he will get extra points if he does that.
Oh, yeah.
While it's not necessary, I mean, it would be great if it happens. It's not mandatory, but someone who takes the initiative to check, it does say a lot more than the guy that just zooms off and, I don't hear from him until I'm invited back out on another date.
Yeah, I agree.
So
like, you are
definitely will get brownie points for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. So first of all, I'm gonna say, fellas, she just said it wouldn't. Don't check off I'm saying check off the box. Even if it's not something that you normally do it and check off the box.
Because I did say you win points. Like, you do win points. Yeah,
exactly. So check off the box, fellas. I think that, again, I think to whoever, I think it was you, Q, that said some people just aren't raised like that. I would tell y'all the story about the time I went out with a young lady and I did that, and she told me that the only time a man has ever opened up the door is when he was trying to get him something that night.
Oh no!
I was like,
you've dated some bum dudes.
But she wasn't raised like that. Was the reality? Like, she wasn't raised that way. I was raised to hold doors. I was raised to walk you to the car. I was raised that you call to make sure you got home. I get that everybody's not raised like that. So yeah, I think he should get a second date. I don't know if at that point it's even worth the conversation.
No, I wouldn't bring it up either.
Because I mean, again, y'all not even at that point. I mean, maybe, okay, you say that's something that you would like, but again, y'all not even at that point where that level of commitment has been established. If it's something you want, cool, but you can't then get mad at him and say he's just doing it because I asked or because he's trying to check off a box. Like, no, he's checking off a box because you asked. He doesn't find value in that, clearly. So yeah. Check off the box, fellas. Open doors, pull out a seat, don't talk about yourself on dates all the time. Ask her questions. Walk her to her car, make sure she gets home safely. Send her a text the next morning saying what a great time you had. Thank me later. All right. Can't call me Derek Jackson now. All right.
They're gonna do that anyway. You damned if you do, damned if you don't when it comes to old Jackson. That's just
this is probably this on there. I don't even think this was on there.
Might as well.
We're gonna talk about it anyway. I don't even think this was on the list, but oh well. Don't believe the hype. It's okay to communicate that you're looking for commitment and companionship. It doesn't make you look weak, vulnerable, or thirsty. It makes you look human, intentional, and mature and honest about your desires. Sincerely, #TeachMeHowToLove. Cute thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. Y'all know me. I'm team vulnerability and get it out there. I like sharing things. I like being open and honest, and I don't like BSing around. I think you should allot a certain amount of time to get to know someone, to be intentional about the time that you spend, so you're not wasting time. But I do think that there's nothing wrong with this. I absolutely think there's nothing wrong with being very, very honest about your end game.
Absolutely, Steve.
I totally agree. I am all about open communication. And anyone who knows me know that I value my time.